Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are making this off-shoulder ruched top. So if you find this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Alright, to start with, you need to first fold your pattern paper into two. Okay, so once you're done with that, you go ahead and insert some of the measurement just like I have done. This is my shoulder line. This is from my shoulder to my bust point line, under bust point line, waistline, and the full length of the blouse I'm making. So the first thing you need to do after that is to impute your shoulder measurement plus your sleeve measurement. My shoulder measurement is about 8 inches, and I'm adding extra 4 inches for the sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and extend this line. So once you're done extending the line, next thing you are going to do is to come out here by 3 inches, which is our neck width. Then over here, come down here by 1 inch for your shoulder slope, and you go ahead and connect the lines together. Once you're done with that, next thing you're going to do is to come down here by 8 inches, your armhole measurements plus 1 inch depending. Okay, so this is 8 inches. Then I'm going to take exactly this measurement and reduce it by 1 inch. This is 12 inches altogether. So I'm going to mark 11 inches over here for my armhole. Then I'm going to connect it together to this point. So once that is done, next thing I'm going to do is to impute my bust measurement. So my bust measurement divided by 4 is 9. Then I'm going to add 1 inch allowance for ease. So I have 10 inches here. So I'm going to extend this line. Then on my waist measurement, I'm going to insert my waist measurement divided by 4, which is about 8 inches. Then I'm adding 1 inch to it, 9 inches. Okay, then I'm going to also take my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. This is 10 inches plus 1 inch, making it 11 inches. Once I'm done connecting the lines, the next thing I'm going to do is to, impute a very nice curve here. Then I'm going to make a very nice curve connecting this chest line down to this point. So next thing you should do is that from this hemline, you should come up here by 1.5 inches, depending on how curvy you want it to be. Then you are going to make a very nice curve, connecting it to maybe 4 inches away from the center line. Just mark 4 inches, then you connect together. So once you're done with that, go ahead and cut out your pattern and spread. So after cutting, I'm going to open up my pattern paper, then try and extend this line. Once I'm done, I'll get back to you. So to achieve the ruched effect on one side of the blouse, you need to splash the particular side where you want the effect. So from this area, I'm going to be slashing by 1 inch. So you can just choose 1 inch, 1.5 inch, depending on how ruched you want it. So once I'm done, the next thing I'm going to do is to cut through this part. So after the splash and spread method, this is what we have. Okay, this is how it is. So next is to decide how many inches you want to impute here. If you go with 1 inches, so at the end of the day you'll be having 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 inches. Then if you want to go ahead and increase it, you increase it. So I'm going to get my pattern, my fabric, and fold into 2. Then we'll transfer this pattern to my fabric. For me, I'll be using 1.5 inches on both sides, on all the sides. So I've gotten my fabric and it's on fold just once. Okay, so this is the front piece and this is the back piece. So we're cutting both the front and the back piece together. So I'm going to get this my pattern paper and spread on it. So after spreading it on the fabric, this is what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out everything we have, leaving like 1/2 inch seam allowance on all the sides. So after cutting it, this is what we have. So next is to start stitching. On this shoulder line, I'm going to come in here by 4 inches and mark. So this is 4 inches. This means I'm going to stitch all the way from here over to this 4 inches. Then I'm taking it to the other side of the shoulder and I'll also mark 4 inches. or you can also extend it depending on how wide you want the shoulder to be. You can extend by 5 inches, 6 inches, depending on how open you want it. Then from this side, so this side is going to be the ruched side. So from this armhole, I'm coming down here by 6 inches. Then I'm going to stitch with at least 1 inch so that I can be able to fold it. Then on this side, I'm going to stitch all the way down. Alright, so I've gone ahead to stitch to some extent. So I've stitched the 2 sides and the shoulder, but there is one correction I want to make. On this part where you won't be lacing, you won't be ruching rather, I'm going to come down here by 0.75 to connect with this my shoulder line this way. I tried fitting it, but it was kind of coming off, so that's it. Then for this side, I'm going to open up this part where I'll ruch, then fold into 2 and stitch just this way. I'm going to open up this part where I marked 7 inches or 6 inches thereabout. I'm going to open it up, then I'm going to stitch on this side and also do the same to the other side, fold into 2 and stitch. Then at the end of the day, I'm going to insert a tiny cord to pass through it. Alright, so after sewing, this is what I have, and I didn't close up this particular point, so I'm going to go ahead and insert this inside. So I'm going to start from one end. I have a needle here. This is a needle, so I'm going to pass it through this casing. So after bringing it out through this particular place, I'm going to reinsert it into the second casing and push down. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to hem all the parts that is open. You can use bias to turn yours, and you can use hemming gum. So at this bottom side, I used hemming gum to close it up. So I'm also going to be using hemming gum for the sleeve and for the neckline. So I want to take you through the process of adding a hemming gum to your fabric. So this is it. I've already done this part. As you can see how flat it is. Now for this particular side, I have already ironed it so that it will be easier for me when inserting my hemming gum. So I'm going to put my hemming gum inside. You know it's a gum, so just insert your hemming gum, then with your hot iron you press on it. Okay, that's just it, and it will gum to the other side. So after that, the tutorials is ready. Thank you very much for watching. If you find it interesting, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.